Bringing Stigler Board of Education January 14, 2019 meeting to order at 7 o'clock p.m. Members present are David, John, Kenny, Jennifer, and Susie. This time we move on to approval of minutes from our December 10th, 2018 meeting, pages 1 through 3. Any changes? Motion made by Kenny, seconded by Jennifer to accept approval of minutes. Kenny? Yes. Jennifer?
Yes.
John?
Abstain.
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. This time we move on to the approval of encumbrances.
Okay, pretty short this month. The big expenditure, of course, the Suburban from Williams.
Just keep moving straight. You go to the gate.
It's a really nice vehicle. We haven't put it in service yet.
Yeah.
It's at the bus barn. We're Scotch guarding it and everything before we put it in service, but it's really nice, and I think the sticker price was like 52 or 53, so we got it several $1,000s below sticker price. So the imaging drum was a laser jet for a printer.
Yeah, Billy.
So 324. 326. We had to buy a new battery for our
Yes.
AED.
Yeah.
Heart.
You don't want to find the batteries dead when you need it. So fortunately, we noticed that and got that fixed. Pat did a good job taking care of that.
How long was on?
That one lasted about 6 years, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So
So just have a monitor on it that
It's,
shows you
yeah, it's
how
got a
strong
lot.
it is. Okay. That's good.
the Bookflix annual renewal, that's for grade school, and it's Audible books, and we'd had that before. And then the Chromebooks for the special ed, with all the updates in software and the billing that we're doing for Medicare, we needed to do a little upgrading there so they could take care of all their stuff, and so those are for special ed teachers. And in the first encumbrance on the construction at the softball field on the building front.
That's a
Any
good
questions? It is, it's going well.
Motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the encumbrances.
Motion made by John, seconded by David to accept the encumbrances as listed. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Jennifer? Yes. And Susie, yes. It's time to move on to other financial reports, pages 4 to 11.
Okay, you might see that the gasoline report, we've got a few more people on there than we typically do, but Hopkins had some pump issues this last month, and they were down to one pump, and it's just hard to pay people by the hour to sit out there and wait for someone else to fill up, so we made some adjustments there, and but they've got it fixed now, and we're up and running, so things are good there. Over to the financials. We started out with $1,462,711.86. Our monthly receipts were $1,114,378.23. It gave us total cash available for $2,577,090.09. We had warrants of $692,913.24, and then with our outstanding warrants of $170,914.60, it gives us total cash available at the bottom in the general fund of $1,713,262.25. You can see that we have spent a little bit out of building fund this year, but even with that, and this will be our first big payment in building fund coming up this month. We're starting out the year with $612,846.92 in building fund. So when we get all of our ad valorem in, that should take us somewhere in the $750,000 range, and we should finish the locker room with still $700,000 or a little more in the building fund. So we're doing really good there. Child nutrition, remember our carryover cap's around $172,000, so we're staying right at that in child nutrition. So, for that, it's looking real good there. And if you come over to our general fund expenditures comparison, you can see that we are staying right on track for the total. That's our December state aid payment as this year to last year, $64,000 difference, which is going to correspond with our difference in salaries with the pay raises. Here you can see where we are as far as the state aid, the way it's coming in. And our cash forward position at this time, remember last year or last month we were a little behind where we were this year. I said we had some federal money coming in and everything, so at this time we're actually a little bit ahead of where we were this time last year in our cash forward. So so far it's been a good financial year. When you look at the bus that we're going to take bids on, and then the Suburban that we just purchased, last year in the month of June, and you all don't have this particular sheet, but last year in the month of June we spent $609,000 in what we did in the summer, and we based that on how much money we had and the needs that we have. So if there's any problems there, which I don't foresee any problems coming up, but we have a lot of maneuvering room for that month of June. We spent $211,000 on textbooks last year. The difference in what we spent on textbooks last year and what we're going to spend this year will be paid for. That's what paid for the Suburban. So I think we're in really good shape. Judy and I met again this week, and I feel very comfortable that we're going to carry over at least $2 million going into next year. So financially, things are going to be really solid for the ending this year and starting in next year. Okay. Any questions?
Okay, it's time to move on to public comment. The Board of Education invites public comment at this point in the regular meeting. A, comments concerning agenda items, no one present for that. Other comments in accordance with policy BDD-R, no one present for that. Information items, superintendent's reports. Thank you.
I got an interesting email on January the 10th, and that's item number 1 on the superintendent's report. It says, Miss Susan White, I was CC'd in it, it wasn't actually to me. Congratulations on your selection to the 2019 OSSBA All-State School Board. You'll be recognized at the 2019 Annual Conference as our guest, and they will be in contact with you. She's going to give several speeches at that meeting as well. So,
You know how good I am at that.
we're really excited.
Not
and,
Skip that one.
this year. I think Susie's done a great job, but really this is a culmination of
yeah.
a board working together and doing
Absolutely.
great jobs, and sometimes the president gets a little bit of the glory on that, or whatever you want to call it, but I think it speaks volumes for you all as a group.
Absolutely.
I'm still working on her doing some public speaking at that conference, so hang in there, we'll get that done. If you haven't noticed, the locker room at the softball fields, we've got walls up today, and we'll be putting some metal on it before long. Just so you'll remember, we did 10-foot walls on that, not because you need it for the locker room, but in the future, if we do go with this batting cage off the south end of it, I thought that gave us a lot better structure to go off of and give us plenty of room to raise the cages and everything. So just you know, you usually don't have small buildings with 10-foot walls, but that was the reason that we went with that. I got some reports on our benchmark tests from our kids that are in the Striving Readers program, and I'm gonna tell you the number of students that have shown a full year's progress in one semester was exciting. I was very pleased, and when you see what being able to take those students out and work with them in small groups with experienced teachers and the way that's coming together, it's it's really a great deal. And when you're making 0.7 to 1.5 years progress in one semester, that's outstanding. And so I just wanted to let y'all know that, just give you a little report on how that's working. At high school, our academic team, they're the area champions, and they're headed to state competition. The speech team is, we got a first year speech teacher, and Miss Parsons is coming there, and she's just taken over where Coach Cole left off, and we're doing a great job there. And our Booster Hoopster Basketball League is going strong once again. Believe it or not, they all came out for that. This year we're utilizing the high school gym, the middle school gym, and the gym at the First Assembly of God Church, and we're able to host all the games within the city limits. And we've had a lot of people say thank you for being able to accommodate that. I'm not gonna say.
It was like 70-something last year, wasn't it? 77
We
or?
had to turn some away because we were too full, so it's the
Yeah.
same as last year.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
So,
Yeah, it's
And then-
all
Yeah, I
just-
see that when I got by, I'm like, oh, I thought it was.
I didn't make a copy of this,
But it was.
but Pico and the maintenance department put this together for me every month. And here it's a maintenance report, and it's broken down by what they did at the superintendent's office, the grade school, the high school. And then they also we had those magnetized doors, and we'd find out that sometimes the magnet wasn't always turned on and everything. So now they do some kind of surprise inspections. And since we started doing that, all of our sites have passed with flying colors. We're doing a much better job keeping our kids safe. And then with every vehicle that we have it broken down on their annual maintenance and what they're doing, and how they keep track of everything and what they do to each vehicle and stuff. And you see them running all over the campuses and everything, but to know that they're also documenting. And of course, there's things they're doing they don't have time to stop and document as well, but they are doing a good job of keeping that information for us so that we can go back and look and see what's being done. And it's a really good group of Peepo, Dennis, and Calvin are doing an outstanding job of keeping things going and keeping everyone up and going. So that is all that I have. Any questions there?
Any comments? Okay, it's good. It's time to move on to action topics. Action topic A, consideration of internet access statement and remote access certification for the 1920, sounds so weird, E-rate application, pages 12 through 13.
There are no changes to that. It is, we'll just have to update it every year and change the dates. And if we did want to make if they did recommend changes, we would make those, but they have not recommended any.
Make a motion, we approve the internet access statement and remote access certification for the 1920 application.
Motion made by John, seconded by Jennifer, to accept the internet access statement and remote access certification for the 1920 E-rate application. John?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic B, consideration of waiving the absentee policy for qualifying students, pages 14 through 15.
And this again is, these recommendations are coming straight from the absentee committee. Mr. Stout, Tammy Bush, Ms. Henson, and Ms. Rose. And had their hearings, and this would be their recommendations for who, the policy is waived for, and therefore they would get credit.
Make a motion to approve the absentee policy for qualifying students.
I'll second.
Motion made by Kenny, seconded by Jennifer to waive the absentee policy for the qualifying students. Kenny?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic C, consideration of the school calendar for the 19-20 school year.
We did 4 versions of this and put it out to all the employees, and they voted. And we narrowed it down to 2 versions. We had a runoff, and 54% of the employees that participated voted for option 2, and 46% voted for option 1. So I have to recommend to you all going with option 2. The significant difference from the previous year is we're, if you start numbering weeks from the start of the first of the year, we're starting a week later. And then fall break, and I got this from some other schools that have started doing this. Instead of going Thursday and Friday for fall break, they're going Friday and Monday. And the first time we ran this, we did traditional fall break and revised fall break, and the revised fall break those were in both runoff options. So that seemed to have a lot of support from our faculty. So, again, starting a week later, we're going to be going a week later, and they'll have a quick turnaround on starting summer school. And we kind of have a new format here, and if you take time to read through it, you'll see that, to me, it's a little more explanatory.
I like it better.
It's a lot
Yes,
better, so.
much.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Make a motion to approve school calendar for the 1920 school year.
Motion made by Kenny, seconded by David to accept the option 2 for the school calendar for the 19-20 school year. Kenny?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
And Susie, yes.
back. And you made the copies?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Action topic D, consideration of bids for the 71 passenger school bus.
I'm getting it. Maybe she doesn't know. They may be there. Again, we have the grant for $20,000. This time it's not a percentage, it's a $20,000 grant. Upon approval of whichever bid we want to go with, I'll probably wait till after the government shutdown is over to actually order the bus, so that we don't have to see if it's going the other way. So we don't have to worry about any of that, and we do have that. I have 6 copies of it.
Somewhere.
Like I said, she could probably print and pass her.
There they are. The first is from Ross,
Thank you.
which is who got our last bid. You wanna take one, pass it down. Their number is $74,997. And these are as evenly equipped as we can get them. The next would be from Thomas, which is $84,335. And then our last bid is from Summit at $74,269. So Summit is back to being a little bit less expensive than the other two, which is, that had been the case for 2 or 3 or more cycles, and then Ross got the last one, but this time Summit, they,
Is that who we went to?
This is the 2019 from Ross. These are 20s on 7th and Thomas.
yeah, the 2020 is just a little bit cheaper than the 2019, they're both 71 passenger buses. Thomas is the one that sets up real high.
A huge front glass.
Mhm.
All 3 diesel?
Yes.
If it's apples to apples, I guess get the cheap one if they're okay with it.
Yeah, they,
Yeah.
Summit's been real good to us, and their salesperson lives nearby, so it makes it easier to get a hold of him.
Make a motion, we accept the bid from Summit for $74,269 for a 2020 71 passenger bus.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by John, to accept the bid from Summit for 71 passenger 2020 school bus for $74,269. David,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
and Susie, yes. Action topic E, consideration of fundraiser for the band boosters.
The band boosters would like to have a band garage sale as a fundraiser in March to help raise money for new band uniforms. I asked them if they were selling an actual garage, if you're going to raise money for band uniforms, but no, it'll be very expensive, and so they're trying to get started early and get as much money as they can for the band. And this is kind of one of those fundraisers that doesn't compete with a lot of the other fundraisers that we have, so I kind of appreciated them thinking outside the box for that just a little bit.
Make a motion, we allow them to have the fundraiser they want to have.
Motion made by John, seconded by Jennifer, to allow the band to have a fundraiser, garage sale. John,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Susie, yes. It's time to move on to executive session. Executive session A, proposed executive session to discuss and act upon the following business pursuant to 25 Oklahoma Statute 307B1 of the Open Meeting Act. Number 1, discussion to accept or reject any resignations for the 18-19 school year.
I make a motion, we go into executive session.
Motion made by John, seconded by Jennifer, to convene an executive session at 7:23 p.m. John,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Susie, yes.
Second.
Motion made by Kenny, seconded by John, to return the board to open session at 8:02 p.m. Kenny,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Susie, yes. Members present during executive session were Kenny Whitson, Jennifer Turner, David Huggins, John Turntine, Susan White. Superintendent Monty Guthrie was also present. No votes were taken.
I make a motion that we accept Superintendent Monty Guthrie's resignation, effective June 30th, 2019, and authorize him to advertise the position, as soon as possible.
I'll second.
Motion made by John, seconded by David, to accept the resignation of Superintendent Monty Guthrie effective June 30th, 2019, and authorize him to open up the position for applications for superintendent. John,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Jennifer, yes, and Susie, yes. Any new business?
No.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion made by John, seconded by David, to adjourn, at 8:03 PM. John,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Jennifer, Jennifer,
Yes.
Susie, yes.